Alright, I'm gonna run a tutorial video on manual player movement and some of the rules that's been being violated because I guess people just don't think that we notice it, or y'all just can't comprehend what it is you're doing. So make a video, make this clear, because further in the season, towards the playoffs and stuff like that, we're gonna crack down on this, even the most minor of them, because everybody pretending like they don't know what we're talking about. I make this video so you can know. So, first play I'll be on offense. Let me see if I can find a toss. I'll go to a play on offense that a lot of people have been breaking. Pitch. Let's go halfback toss, swing tight. All right, so motion snapping. What is motion snapping? All right, so we have a play going this way with Lindsay as a toss. Motion snapping is I pull him out. I do not allow him to stop right there, and then I'll hike the ball. Now, that was an example of the right play. When you're doing a motion play, you can put somebody out in motion, they can go out, they can go to a complete stop, and then you can hike the ball. No matter if it's on the side that you're running the ball or passing the ball or not, that's completely legal. What's illegal? This is illegal. Again, this is what is illegal is. You have a player in motion here. He's going to the other side, and you hike before the ball is set. I'll run it again. Doesn't matter where if he doesn't come to complete stop, you cannot hike the ball. Tight end here. He's going. Not set, and a hike. Quick hike. Boom. That's motion snapping. That is not allowed. This is just an example. There are OP plays that you can do motion snapping in that you can do that's kind of glitchy, so that's why we eliminated it. That was a motion snap that I just made to give an example of just now. So you have a running play. It's a running or passing play. I have the tight end Schultz right there. Wrong guy. Get over here, Waller. I have Schultz right here. So I put him out in motion, and I hurry up and hike. That's illegal. That is illegal. No motion hiking. None of that. All right. That's all on offense, really, that people have been doing. That's kind of like been breaking the rules. So now I go to defense. Flip sides. All right. Let's go to new plays. Now, this is the biggest violation that people think that we retarded or stupid, that we don't know what's going on. But I'm going to go over it one time. I'll go to a popular defense, cover 4, drop show 2s, the meta defense everybody picks all the time, and I'll go, let me go to something for passing formation. We'll go to empty bunch. No, let's go to some other block running back, this bunch. PA post. All right, you are allowed to bring the safety straight up, and then switch to a linebacker, use a defender, cornerback, whoever you want to. One player. This player may free roam. He may free roam wherever you like him to go. He may free roam before the ball is hiked. This is how a legit play should look like. Right here. Before the ball is snapped. You can pull safety straight up, and you can switch to another defender, as I did just right here. You hike the ball midfield so I can go to the next play. Thank you. And then you can run around, whatever you want to do on defense with your user player. What I'm about to show you now is illegal. You can pull the safeties up. You can switch to a linebacker. You cannot manipulate the gap. You cannot go in any gaps. Or try to loop around here with the linebacker either. You cannot go in any gaps. That's gap manipulation, and that's confusing the AI. You cannot do that. So, again, the safeties are pulled up, straight up, nowhere else but straight up about 5 feet or so. and you cannot manipulate the gaps. Another violation. People show blitz, then they do something like scoot this guy over here, and then they switch back to the linebacker. We all know how manual movement looks on defense. If you scoot your linebacker over a foot, you have to stay on that linebacker. A lot of people pull up their safeties and stuff like that, then y'all scoot them over a little bit and then move back over here. We all know how manual movement looks. So if I see you on defense manually move somebody, and when I hike the ball, you're on a different player, we know that you did manual movement to another player. That's about as clean and cut as it's going to be. We not say cornerbacks. So you can bring up the safeties straight up. Your next player is your user player. So if you want to be the cornerback, that's fine. You can roam. You can roam. But there's no moving the cornerback here and then switching back over here and switching. There's none of that. There's none of that. There's none of that. Not even an inch should you move anybody else unless it's your user defender. Now, of course, we understand that people quick hike and stuff like that. Sometimes that's understandable. So when you're moving through the players, you might get some incidental movement, something like that. When you switch through the players, that's understood. We know how it looks when you switch through the players. But if you scoot them over here and then you move back, if I see any type of manual quick movement, I know when I hike the ball that the cursor should be on your player. That's who it should be on your player. One player. It can be D-line, it can be linebacker, it can be secondary. But one player is your free roam player that you're allowed to move. Also, with this loop blitz nonsense, if your linebacker is 85 speed or below, you can do a stunt blitz and go around this way. That's okay. That's an actual NFL stunt move. If you're a linebacker or your defensive lineman. Now, if your safety is playing linebacker and you are the safety, say this is a safety on Levante David, and you playing at the safety and it's in a linebacker spot, looping around with him, SO, is illegal. It's illegal because he has more speed than an offensive lineman, and all you're doing is manipulating the AI. So that's illegal. If you are here and this is your user defender right here, the only person that you're controlling, I really don't care if you go out with a player of 85 speed and less and you come around and try to loop the computer. It says I missed. That's okay. If your players are 86, 87 cornerback speed or linebackers or defensive linemen, you are not allowed to do any loop stunts at all with the player. That is a lineman actual NFL move, so I thought about it and said, you know what, that's okay, as long as the player is not cornerback speed. Okay? So other than that, you can pinch your line, you can spread your linebackers, you can press, you can back up, you can show blitz. All of these things you can do globally, and if your player shows in the gap, like here, when you show blitz, that's okay. That's natural play art. That's okay. He can be manipulated in the gap when he's at a natural play art for a bluff blitz. Show blitz. This is a global function. So again, you can pinch line. You can pinch. You can spread. They jump in the gap that way. You have one user defender. So if I see you move an inch, just like that, this is who the player should be on when you hike the ball. That's who the player should be on, not another player. So if I see through any type of video, evidence provided that you pull up, show blitz, and here, now that should be you in the ball hike, and I see you here, and I see you here, that means that you violate the player movement. You should end up on the player that you moved when the ball is hiked and not switching off. Everybody else can be pressed globally, line pinch, spread linebackers, whatever you want to do, that's fine globally. But once I see you move with a defensive player, cornerback, defensive lineman, whoever it may be. That's who the play has to end on when you snap the ball. When the opponent snaps the ball, I apologize. So, one more time, you can show blitz, but once you move this guy, there is none of this. You move that guy first. This is the guy you're stuck with to move around freely. I don't care if you can move him over a half an inch, you cannot do that. That's violating the rules. No manual movement, scooting players around for coverage, scooting players around for the blitz. Like if this guy's blitzing right here and he was out here, there's no bringing him, scooting him over right, scooting him over close, and then switching off. There's none of that. We know how it looks. I know how the video looks, and I know what happens when somebody does it. So this will be the fair warning to everybody in the league. If we get caught violating this, we're gonna start pulling superstar abilities off of players, and your team gonna get hurt in the end for making these violations. So I've made a very detailed video. If you have any questions about anything in this video, please ask the commission team first. It's pretty simple. No manipulating gaps, no moving players outside of one player and swapping and switching to another. None of that. You are allowed to bring your safety straight up into the box, not always scooting over here. No, straight up to the box. This is only for mostly run support. Bring them straight up to the box. So if they're here, they can come up. You can pull them up about 10 yards and pull them up here. Then you can swap to another player. Say you want to be on Aaron Donald. That's fine. This is how you can play. But you don't switch to more than those players at all. It's not hard. A lot of times, let me just go one more play. We see a lot of people do it on these blitzes, like give an example, 146. So you see a lot of people contain, and then they'll scoot their defensive backs over here. We don't do that. That's not how we play. We don't play like that. That's gap manipulation, and it's not natural play art. That's to try to get some quick blitz. If your players are blitzing, they're gonna blitz from where they are initially. You can press them, do whatever you want to, but if you scoot them over here, this is the player that you have to be on the entire time. It's not scoot them over here, and then you scoot back over here, and then you get a lineman here. That's not how it works. Then you pull the safeties up and swap back to the lineman. No. That's too much manual movement right there. It's not allowed. Illegal. Illegal. I think that about covers everything. I'll let anybody with any questions, comments, concerns, comment on this video and let me know if they have any issues with anything or if it's unclear what you can and cannot do. But we're gonna start cracking down on this. I've been pretty chill about it, but I see it's to the point now where y'all been playing like this against me when I'm the one enforcing the rules. So that lets me know either y'all don't know any better, or you just plain out just gonna play the way you want to play. So, well, the same way I'm very generous with giving out incentives, we will strip abilities and strip from your players, and your team will be affected by this. Whether you care or not, that's on you, but it's going to start cracking down pretty soon. So that's all I got, and I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, please comment on the post when I post this video in Madden Clans. Take care, have a good day, happy Easter.